What we doing here?
Tier lists. Where you guys think Breach should be?
What are we basing this on?
Utility.
Utility?
Yeah.
Utility. All right.
Like how useful are these agents?
Breach, I've never played him. F.
Fair enough. All right.
I also have never played Breach. Brim. I'm a Brim player. I like Brim. Smoke's very good.
I think Brim's a solid A.
Solid A, you think? What do you think about
Yeah, his
Brim?
ult's pretty situational. I would say he's a good all-rounder, I would say.
Cypher? Fucking hate him. F.
Yep, F.
Jet's interesting because Jet is one of the most used agents. And there's a reason for that. However, Jet is only as good as the player. Because
utility-wise, it's nothing crazy. She can
Jet,
dodge.
Her abilities are pretty basic. They're only good if you know how to use them. So I would say, like, if there wasn't such a skill gap, that I would put it on S because she has a lot of opportunities and stuff. But since she's so hard to use, I think it's an A.
Yeah, I think Jet would be fair.
Yeah.
Also, Jet's one of the agents that are literally good on every single map. It doesn't really matter what situation you're in. It's always a good choice. Omen. All right, I've never played Omen once in my life.
Omen, definitely A.
That's B tier.
B tier? Discuss.
I mean, I'm an Omen player, so.
Omen main.
He has some movement, kind of like Jet, where you can get into those little tricky spots. And
I think, well,
his smoke isn't like fantastic. I mean, it's all right, but
I don't think his teleport's good enough to compare directly with Jet, honestly.
I'm just comparing that to like her dash and her jump ability, just being able to like cross gaps and get to weird spots.
I see what you're saying. To like get like height advantages and like get across doorways and peak spots, angles, whatever.
It is slower to use. And he has his teleport, his big ult is very counterable because you just kind of shoot him.
Yeah, but that does gather intel.
Yeah, it's good kind of reconnaissance almost, but then I would say more B. I don't think he's up to, at least on utility wise, I don't think he's up to tier on the other ones.
I decided it's a B.
He's still
Phoenix.
definitely a top tier agent.
Phoenix. Oh my.
Phoenix, oh come on. That's probably an S tier utility wise.
Are you sure?
I mean, like he has Molotovs, he's got tons of blinds, and then his ult is fantastic.
Doesn't matter, you lost.
I agree.
Two out of 3. You lost.
I agree.
Yeah,
I was gonna put him at an A. So. Raze, I've used Raze like 2 times, I think.
She has good grenades, but then like, I mean, those are pretty easy to dodge, and nothing like a Molotov where it can really.
And the ult is just either you hit, which is rare, or you never hit, which is most of the time.
Raze is just, her utility is just kill. There's not much reconnaissance against the. I guess the bot is kind of reconnaissance.
Okay, the bot's actually good. The bot's good for intel. The packs are good for mobility.
Like the mobility is like nothing compared to obviously a Jet or something else. It's all right, I suppose, but
what were the C4 packs supposed to be for exactly? Because isn't pack riding like one of those things that the community kind of made up over time?
I mean, I'm guessing.
Or is that the intended purpose of that ability?
I mean, it doesn't do much damage really. I mean, you can kill people with it, obviously, but
I don't know. I just think the packs are super weird because it seems like the only way to use them are the way that you wouldn't think would be the intended reason for them. You know what I mean?
Like a kind of like a weird skilled mobility use. But then you can easily mess those up and you just blast yourself the wrong direction, and there you go.
I'll be honest. I'm thinking either a B or C.
I was thinking probably B, just because those grenades are very good at killing.
Well, the grenades are also good at taking out traps. Yeah, I'd say B. Cause I was just thinking she's kind of mid. Sage S. You guys, I won't even let you guys talk about that.
I mean, let's be honest here. Support characters usually going to be S.
If I was to be really fair, she should be like an A, but I just love her too much.
I mean, you have the heals. I mean, the only thing is like her slowness isn't like the greatest thing, but
the walls, man. The
walls are great.
The walls are pretty nuts. Well,
it can make or break an entire round.
That is true. What about Sova?
Same with her ult. Just being able to bring back a whole person.
That is true.
Yeah.
That is so massive.
What about Sova, you thinking?
A. Solid
I'm thinking A. Yeah, A's. That's pretty good.
Really good recon.
Recon. He's got a little AoE. His ult is fantastic for a bomb plant. He's just a good all-rounder. But he's more useful than just like say a raise because he not necessarily just focus on killing. He has utility based. Well, he has different tactics other than just slay.
Obviously, he's very good for intel. I feel like the shock darts aren't very useful unless you like know lineups.
They're really good for when people are behind corners. That's what I like to use them for.
I'd say solid A or S, to be honest.
I'd say A.
Okay.
You could argue S, but I think A is a
Viper. I love Viper. I think she's super fun to use. Her walls are one of a kind, and honestly, there's some maps that I think that Viper is an absolute necessity. Like, have fun winning on Breeze without a Viper. Have fun winning on Fracture without a Viper. Because those walls can literally cover like an entire site, dude. You know, the regular smokes, they're okay. Good for like if you're on defense and you want to like control the entrance.
And she got mollies.
Yeah, which
Yeah.
I mean that's great for post plant. And
The
then also,
post plant
have the
potential is insane.
Yeah,
that is true.
It's just she's an S tier.
Yeah, that's easy S. Reyna, not gonna lie,
overrated.
way overrated. Yeah.
Nah, maybe.
Here's the thing. Reyna has a shitty flash, and her only other utility completely depends on if you get kills or not.
The overhealing that gets me.
The
The fact that she can also just teleport away and be immune.
Reyna is, if you're a good player, then she's very good. She's she can carry a game too. The only thing is that if you don't get that kill, then she's 100% useless. Because like I said, her flashes fucking suck. They're bad.
The flashes are more of a distraction, if anything.
Yeah, like
it does draw your fire away from the actual enemy.
Yeah, but every other flash is just better at that.
Yeah, it is. But I mean, no one can really run a rampage like a Reyna can. Get one kill. She can choose to dip or dodge out of a situation, or just heal all the way back up to full health and shields.
Here's what I'm thinking. I think for the same reasons as Jet, she should be an A, where she has really, really good potential and she could be the best agent, but she's not like, her utility is not ultimately good. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I say A. You know, she's not as good as the other ones, but she's definitely better than a Raze.
Killjoy.
Utility, it's S. Yeah.
S.
She can I can watch like 3 different lanes with her at one time. Post plant, yeah, and charging into a site too with her lockdown, absurd. Especially with the 8-second lockdown you get. So
Sky. Oh god, Sky.
Weird one.
Yes, this is quite a conversation, and honestly, I think this is the one agent that pretty much no one can agree on whether or not she's good or not. Because I play Sky.
Has 2 flashes now, right?
It depends on if you know how to play the character. Like,
I play Sky. She's good sometimes. Sky is one of those characters that will only work if you let her work, which means that basically in low elos and unrated, like she's really good because people just don't know how to play against her because they're bad. I feel like her flashes just aren't as good as say Phoenix's or Breach's, because when she sends out the bird, right, and then like you control it with your cursor, you actually hit the flash, it takes way too long for you to pull out your gun. So her flashes are not very good for getting you like some easy kills like say Phoenix or Breach or Yoru. But it also offers intel, which is really good. Her dog gives just as much intel as a Sova drone, except for the fact that you can't see them through walls, but you can see them on radar and you can call them out. Her ult can be good. It can be used to clear out a site really easily. It's a good way to see where people are going, but it's kind of a
but
just
like,
immediately.
In that sense, though, it's nothing compared to Cypher's ult.
Yeah,
because Cypher's ult literally tells you the exact location of everyone.
That's true, but also it doesn't track them down or stun them or anything like that.
True, but it's like it's not really gonna stun them. You can hear them coming from a mile, and they're not fast, and it takes a few shots.
Think about it this way: the Seekers will constantly follow a target, but Cypher's thing will just blink. And then after that blink, you don't know where they move.
I like how we were comparing Sky to like these top tier characters, and then now we're comparing Sky to Cypher.
I mean, when it comes down to reconnaissance,
Look, I think that Sky should be an A tier character. She has the qualities to be one, so I think that she should be there.
I think she should be more of a B tier.
I feel like it's very easy to counter Sky, so she does have a weakness. I think she's an A. The only thing is that it's hard to put her there though, because I feel like Sova is a better intel.
You just move Sova to S. I wouldn't mind that.
Let's do that.
I
Actually,
mean, he can deserve that. He's
yeah,
fantastic.
I think he's earned it. Yo, real.
Baby.
Before they fixed him, I would give him like a C or an F. But with his new fake out, that flash that happens when you shoot it lasts fucking forever.
B.
B.
I say B is solid.
Yeah, I think B is correct. Astra. I've played
What
Astra.
What does she do? I have no idea. I tried playing her and lost my mind.
She is a very good controller. She's very good smokes. Her ult's so weird. I don't even know. Like, I still don't know how to use her ult correctly, if there's a correct way to use it. I honestly can't think of many situations where her wall is actually super good. I really can't.
Post plant. That's good for cutting off some line. You're trying to get a plant straight away.
It's so hard to like figure her out though, and like what's good.
Her smokes are the only easy ability for sure. Suck and her concuss are very hard to get a hang of, I think.
You gotta time those two pretty well.
You have to time them very well to actually get them to be effective. I think she's a B.
B or I mean, she's definitely not an A, but I want to call her an F. Maybe she could be like the lone C category.
I
Because we don't know how to use the wall.
I'd say she's C.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. KO. I think KO is really good.
Yeah, no, he's a counter to a lot of things.
I think he could be a fair A.
Honestly, I think he's pushing the S tier.
Yeah, fact is that you can counter any ability
Yeah.
He can shut down ults.
with just a little throw of a knife, which is scary.
If you want to get really good with KO, like his flashes are probably some of the best flashes in the game because you can time them and you can make them literally unavoidable if you're good enough.
Yeah, and then his ult is fantastic for pushing a site because you can just disable the entire enemy's all their abilities for what, like 25, 30 seconds, whatever it is.
And then you can get Fortnite rezzed.
I mean, you know what they say. If you have any abilities in Valorant, you're just basically playing CSGO.
I think he's nuts.
I would say S.
Yeah.
What do you guys think of Chamber?
Let's just put him down F and call it a day.
No, I don't think he should be an F. I think he should be
No,
a C.
he's definitely not enough. I don't think he's a C
Probably
either.
C.
I don't think he's a C either.
He's a very selfish character. The only good thing that he has is the little like detectors that you can place on the ground, which is very good to detect flanks. You can throw them behind you, and then like whenever somebody's trying to flank the team, like you can be like, "Hey, somebody behind us!" Like, so.
See, the really
I mean,
interesting thing is that you play as him, but you are probably the worst Chamber player I've ever seen in my life.
hey,
Because here's the thing, the best thing about him is that he can give himself a sheriff for less money, and he can give himself an op. And if you can have an op and a vandal on you at the same time, that is a huge advantage.
It's all right.
It's very good. And also his teleports, it's kind of the same as Omen, to where like you can be at two different angles at the same time. I honestly think that he could be an A, because also when it comes to being a sentinel, his trademarks, which are the little detector thingies, you can detect someone from across the entire map. Like, it's not like Killjoy to where it will like shut down if you get too far away. You know?
But can't Cypher do the same thing, but better?
I wouldn't say it's better.
He literally has cameras where you can see, and then he has tripwires to block off entire paths.
Chambers things like the tripwire, just that's not tripwire. It's like a auto detect fucking circle. It's AoE. It's like the same thing.
Yeah, so it's basically the same as that. So it's nothing fantastic. I mean, sure, you can watch a lane with it.
I think that he's a B tier.
I would say B.
I'll
He's
go
good,
with
but,
that.
like, if
Shot can buy a shorty for 200.
that's the best gun in the game.
Best gun in the game.
I just saw a man get an ace with it.
That is true.
Yeah, yeah.
That is true. All right, last one. Neon.
Well,
She's pissed.
She is
Yeah,
pissed.
she
Her
is.
ult is actually very good.
Emperor looking ass.
Yep. Her ult's good.
In higher elos, I think it's still good for the same reason that jet knives are good, which is the extra mobility. Because it doesn't, you can be really good at getting headshots. It's fucking hard at hitting a moving target, especially one that's sprinting.
Yeah, she's good for mobility. It's just her sprinting is so goddamn loud. Oh my god, you can hear it from across the map.
I don't think it being loud's a huge deal.
No, not really, but it's just That's very good because like how fast is the sprinting compared to walking? Probably twice the speed.
Her slide's kind of dog shit. I can't think of a single good reason to use the slide, to be honest.
Yeah, in a combat situation, not really. Like, sure, maneuvering around the map, maybe, but
Well, people do use it to peek. It's basically the equivalent of wide swinging, I guess. It is way too hard to use it well.
it might be a B tier.
Her stuns are very easy to dodge too.
I mean, her ult is just so counterable. If you plan on trying to get any kills with it, other than you just want to run around the map.
Yeah, no, C.
I think it's C. Yeah.
I think C is fair.
All right.
Could she be F tier?
No.
No.
No,
No.
I don't hate her as much as I do the other guys.
No,
Okay,
yeah.
okay. It's just we just hate those. Okay, I got it.
Oh,
Yeah.
we absolutely despise them. We could probably place them up higher, but they're, you know.
Honestly, Cypher should be at least a B, but
Yeah,
hate
but
'em.
we're not going to talk about that. I realized that a long time ago, but
yeah, after
I mean,
we
it's
started
Cypher.
comparing every single agent to Cypher, we're like, ah, man.
Also, there's a big issue with Cypher is that he just looks fucking weird when he throws his hat off.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
Yeah.
That's just mentally scarring, and just because of that, he deserves BF.
All right. You know what time it is?
That size, gotcha.